Trash can. Stop being a receptacle for toxic people's waste by L.R. Daniel, PhD, Chapter 2, Part 2, beginning on page 26, paragraph 2. When you prioritize yourself, it doesn't mean you treat others disrespectfully. It means that you treat yourself with the same respect and find the right balance between prioritizing others and yourself. When you're able to fulfill your needs and wants, it's easier to love and help others around you. It is important to find value within yourself, even when others don't. It's not okay for people to feel like they can use you anytime. Don't let someone walk all over you. Learn to say no to things that are irrelevant to you. Toxic people will always look to take advantage of you. When you respect yourself enough to say no to things that harm you, it sets a clear indication of the boundary you've set for yourself. In such cases, a toxic person will have no option but to either respect your wishes or lose you. Prioritizing yourself doesn't make you self-centered or egocentric. Putting yourself first is an act of kindness. When you love yourself a little more, the friendship around you will flourish as well. We have always been taught to say yes. Yes to helping people when they need us. Yes to take up the extra work at the office. Yes to help your colleague work overtime. Saying yes to things that we don't want to do somehow reflects courage. But the real power lies in saying no. It takes bravery and courage to stand up for yourself. It's a risk you take to show people the boundaries you've set for yourself. You thrive when you show your authentic self. The wall that you put up between helping yourself and helping others is the real deal to celebrate. It requires a surge of strength to put your foot down and say no to things that don't align with you. It's easier just to say yes and agree to everything around you. It's the best way to fit in with the crowd around you. You don't draw any attention and everyone around you is happy. But every time you say yes to something you don't want, you make yourself unhappy. True happiness lies within yourself. And if you don't achieve what truly makes you happy, you will be living for others and not yourself. Every time you say no, you save yourself from draining and unhappiness. It's a way of staying true to your path and purpose. If you build a habit of always saying yes to people's needs and demands, they will start depending on you for everything. They'll assume that you will always help them irrespective of your troubles. Saying no doesn't make you negative. It simply states a clear choice of boundaries. You refuse them because of your commitments. Although there should always be thought before saying yes or no. Evaluate the circumstances before responding. If someone needs you and has no other options, it's the right thing to say yes. Your response should depend on the situation. Careful evaluation will lead you in the right direction. It should always be a healthy balance between helping others and helping yourself. We live in an age of social media where everything is available at the tip of our fingers. Everyone is connected all the time. In this age of hyper-accessibility, it's difficult to become unavailable. Everyone expects you to respond within seconds. No one is allowed to take a break. WhatsApp and Instagram have become an integral part of our day-to-day lives. We are constantly surrounded by our laptops, tablets, and mobile phones. Constant notifications are buzzing through your phones. People, especially the younger generation, find it tough to disconnect. Every time your phone vibrates, you have the urge to drop everything and check your notifications. It's almost like an addiction. It's important to make yourself unavailable to get rid of the toxic people. When you're fully living in the present moment, you're happy and satisfied. Take note of whatever is going on around you. The birds chirping, the construction noise, the traffic on the busy road, or the song you're playing. When you're accessible to the right things in the right environment, you make yourself inaccessible to toxic people. For example, if you're unavailable to a toxic family member and available to a friend who's supportive and encouraging, you're likely to feel happier and supported. When you create a boundary intentionally, it'll filter out the wrong people. The right kind of people will always be respectful and honor your boundaries. However, a toxic person will constantly be disrespectful. A toxic person tends to control everyone and everything around them. Setting limits will never work with them. They will either constantly violate your boundaries or leave your life completely. When you set limits on the things you can control, you take away their power and leave them feeling helpless. Keep your conversations brief so that they have little to nothing for them to manipulate your words. Your interactions should be as limited as possible. Keep them to the bases and necessities. Avoid getting personal or intimate with them. When you keep them at an arm's distance, they will struggle to control and manipulate you. Invest your time and energy into something positive, and you'll notice the change that you've desired. Eventually, they'll get tired of the efforts and just move on with their lives. You will no longer be the bin for their trash. Constant connectivity is likely to make you feel drained. Even the most extroverted human needs some solitude to rest and reset before facing the world again. Compared to extroverts, introverts need more time and space to recharge. Solitude is a form of self-care that is needed for your emotional well-being. If someone has a problem that they cannot pass through without your help, it's okay to be a helping hand, but do not mistake this as helping them through every problem. Do not become a dumpster to someone's pain and problems. Give them the time and space to figure out their issues. It's a healthy way of managing and balancing relationships. Giving them the space they need is a way of encouraging and empowering them to go and figure out their problems. It empowers them to be self-sufficient. Limiting your availability is beneficial for both people. When you start taking control of your life and your thoughts, you'll notice a lot of small and big positive changes. You will start becoming happier in the smallest of things. Waking up to a strong cup of coffee or even having a good night's sleep will make you happier than you have been in a long time. There will be no one to dampen your mood, and you'll rejoice in your daily life. Your attention and focus will be on yourself and your life. No one will be driving your focus and attention, and your focus will be on yourself and your life. Your thoughts and emotions will be yours alone and not manipulated by anyone. You will no longer live in fear of your thoughts. You don't feel judged for voicing your opinions. You won't feel as if someone is repressing you. Being yourself will come easily and naturally to you. You'll be less stressed and tired and more energetic in general. Dealing with toxic people makes you more anxious than normal. They constantly dishearten you and force you to interact. Every time you're around a toxic person, they make you feel like you're trapped or caged within yourself, as if you have nowhere to go. Your anxiousness increases when you constantly feel the need to be enough. You no longer need to feel that way. When you continue to ignore them and focus on yourself, you'll realize that your thoughts and emotions are worthy of being expressed. Focusing on yourself will bring you the comfort of knowing and understanding yourself. You will start discovering your needs and wants. You won't feel guilty for fulfilling yourself. When you start living the life you've wanted, different aspects of your life will start falling into place. Career oriented. Now that no one is drawing your attention to negative and unnecessary things, you can start focusing on worthwhile aspects. You can start by evaluating your career. What and where are you currently working? Is it making you happy? What are you achieving by the work you're currently performing? Is this where you see yourself long term? What are your long term career goals? These are some of the questions you can start answering. Depending on what answers you give, move forward with it. Start working towards your goals and show up as the person you desire to be. Relationships around you. When you shift your focus from negative and toxic people to healthier people, your relationships will start flourishing. You will focus on people who bring joy, happiness, and love to your life. Your relationship with family members and friends will boom. As you grow happier, you will be more intentional with meaningful relations. You put effort into those who are worthy of it. Such people will recognize your efforts and appreciate you for the same. It's a healthy relationship that has two-sided efforts. Both of you will lift and inspire each other to be better every day. Personal growth. Although toxic people are bad for you, they are important for your personal growth. When you leave toxic people behind, you learn lessons from them. You learn the difference between healthy and unhealthy relations. You learn to respect yourself. You see yourself to be happier and brighter. You start realizing that you are worthy of fulfilling every dream you wish to achieve. Your healing will make you a better version of yourself. You become more aware of your energy and time. You will learn to raise your standards as you realize your self-worth, and you'll invest yourself only when it matches up to those standards.